Hey everybody, I'm Mr. Humorous, and I'm made of bones, and that's no freebill.
And bones are living, growing, and changing parts of our body. They provide us with a framework.
Look, I can move my arm.
Yes, you can. That's with the help of your joints. Your joints help connect your bones to each other and also help move. The joint in your elbow, which helps your elbow move back and forth, is called the hinge joint. In fact, there are 4 other types of joints in your body. One is the ball and socket joint, which is in your hip, which allows your hips to rotate. And the pivot joint, which is on your neck, allows you to say yes or no. The gilding joint found on your ankle, which allows slight movement in all directions. And lastly, the fixed joints, which are on your skull that keep the bones on your skull connected to each other.
Did you know that?
Did you know that the collarbone is the most commonly broken bone among children, and that humans and giraffes have the same number of bones in their necks? Also, sharks have no bones, they only have cartilage. Cartilage is flexible but strong connective tissue.
Now you know.
Tendons are flexible but inelastic cords of strong fibrous connective tissue attaching a muscle to a bone. Without tendons, our bones and muscles couldn't work together to move our whole body. Ligaments are short bands of tough, flexible, fibrous connective tissue that connects 2 bones or cartilages or joints together. Just like this.
Hi, I'm Anae, and I'm going to show you an easy and fun to do experiment at home by using 2 bones, and it's a brittle bone experiment. So what you need is 2 dry clean bones and an oven. Steps to making it is you put one of the bones in a baking pan and you bake it at 250 degrees for 3 hours. Then you remove the pan after 3 hours and you let it cool for 15 minutes or until it's easy to touch the bone without, burning your hands, your fingers. So then you ask yourself, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting one bone into the oven and the other one not? Well, you test it out. You grab the other bone and you test it. You see which one is easily breakable, which one is bendable, which one is harder, which one is softer. So what happens in this experiment is that baking the bones breaks down the collagen. Without collagen, the bone is brittle and easy to break. If the bones in your body lack collagen, they will break easily, so you wouldn't even be able to walk or stand up or even hold a cup of water. And, well, you should try this at home, and it's a very fun, nice experiment to do with your parents' permission, obviously, to use the oven.
Oh no, Mr. Heroes, you broke your arm. What happened?
Well, why didn't the skeleton dance at the party?
I don't know why.
Because he had nobody to dance with. Yeah, I danced anyways, and now it's all a blur.
That's unfortunate. What kind of fracture do you have?
I believe it's a compound fracture. What does that mean?
Compound fracture looks like this, which is a broken bone that penetrates through the skin and exposes the bone and deep tissues to the external environment. There's also a simple fracture, which happens when the broken bone remains within the body and does not penetrate the skin. A comminuted fracture, which means a breaking of the bone into many smaller pieces. A green streak fracture, which is a break in the bone along only one side of the bone.
So, how do bones heal themselves after all the different fractures?
The bones will produce lots of new cells and tiny blood vessels that rebuild the bone. The cells cover both ends of the broken bone and work together to close up the break over time until it is good as new.
Crazy how much our bones can do.
Oh, they can do a lot more. Bones are even involved in blood making. Red blood cells are produced by the cores of the bone marrow.
Emily, will I ever grow taller?
Their bones are still growing. As kids grow, special cells at the end of their bones add new calcium to the network of the bone. Children have layers of these cells at the ends of their bones, the growth plates. They close up when kids reach their full adult height. Did you know that you can tell the gender of a person by looking at their skeleton? The pelvic girdle is wider for females than in males because women undergo pregnancy. Osteogenesis imperfecta is a genetic disorder that causes extremely fragile bones. OI has been estimated to affect 20,000 to 50,000 people. The cures or treatments can range from surgically to non-surgically. A surgical treatment is rodding, which is when a metal rod is placed in the long bone to reinforce the bone. A non-surgical procedure would be a medication called biophosphate to slow down the number of fractures. Immobilization by casting or bracing to keep the bone still and in line for healing. Lastly, exercise after fracture by movement and weight training.
That means the patella connects to the femur. And here's how they really fit together. Ligaments are what links bone to bone. Cartilage that cushions in between. Muscles are gone by the tendons. So here's what's happening in your knees most every time you bend them.